Alright, welcome back everybody as we do another review of another expansion of the World of Tanks miniatures game. This time we're looking at the Wave 6 expansion, the German Panther tank. So let's crack this open, take a look at the model, take a look at the cards. So as you usually do, we'll take a look at the model first, and then we'll take a look at the cards that came with the kit. So be careful, get this all out of here. And all the cards. And really what we want to look at first is the tank. So it comes primed in this gray primer, which like all the German tanks in the World of Tanks miniatures game comes primed in. So it looks at first glance it looks pretty good. I'll say this time, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, it's pretty rough job with the primer. I know we can always do some wet sanding to get this smoother, but this time around they really laid on pretty thick. Build wise, it looks pretty well built. You can see here a couple spots where it looked like it didn't take primer very well, and then there's some spots like here there's a lot of primer, looking pretty rough. There's nothing that we can fix with some modeling skills, some very basic modeling skills. See a couple sprue gates right there. You're gonna need some cleanup right there. Right there, pretty big seam on the barrel, and I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like they glued the barrel crooked. It's not, the muzzle brake should be even on both sides, but it's really kind of, it's pointing like upwards. So we're gonna have to do some modeling surgery here. I guess I'm either going to, I guess there's two ways we can go about this, is sawing off the barrel right there as it goes into the mantlet, or maybe just saw off the muzzle and straighten it out. You see a little more evidence of some rough job with the primer right there, where the primer didn't take very well. But anyway, I think we'll be able to clean up this pretty well. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't think that existed in the tank for real. So we'll clean that up as well. But just as an idea, here is another Panther model from Battlefront miniatures, and this, if you want to be historically, looking at the gray one, the World of Tanks miniatures game ones, is Panther G, and you can tell it pretty easily by mainly the shape of the gun mantlet, where it has this, I think what they call this thing down here is a shot trap. Where this was a pretty weak spot for the Panther, where when you head on shots would get trapped by the mantlet and pretty much shoot and then go into here. So they built this shot trap. You can see here on the model for a Panther D that doesn't exist. So here's I think initially, just to get playing with this, I'm going to use this model, which is a Panther D model from Battlefront that I built for Flames of War. I painted it myself. You're just taking a look what's possible here, but like I said, this bad boy right here is going to need some work to get close to this quality. But anyway, leave them right there, and we'll take a look at the cards, which is, I think, is really the interesting part. So here is tank card. Panther has a couple rules for a cost of 64. So he's a medium tank. He can reroll blank attack dice, and he also has a light flank. So let's see what a light flank is. And there it is. When this tank is targeted on the side, you subtract an additional defense dice. So you would subtract 1 normally for the rules of the games, and then for the Panther you would subtract an additional 1, so for 2 when shot on the side. But anyway, he's got a firepower of 5, survivability of 2, good mobility of 3, and decent initiative 5, and 5 crew positions, and 7 hit points. And pictured is a Panther G, like I said, but I think as I play, like I said before, I'm gonna play it as a Panther D, just to start playing with this. And then for upgrades, you have a gun upgrade for the 7.5 centimeter KWK L100. And I think the L100 gun, I think historically was actually in the Panther F, which is a later model Panther. But you see there what you get from that. You have enhanced suspension, vertical stabilizer, which is a pretty handy card on the game, relaying, which is something I have not played with yet. And then 1 unique crew member, Philip Stoopnagel. He's a driver. He has off-road driving and smooth ride. And smooth ride is it's pretty neat ability. But he's a costly guy. 12 points for +2 initiative in the movement phase and smooth ride. So anyway, those are the cards. Here is the tank. So I think we'll. This is going to take a little more work than I would want to do, but nothing that with some basic modeling skills we can't. We can take care of this. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do this one, I'm going to try and fix this barrel first. So I think in the next installment, I'm actually going to show this step by step. I'm going to show you guys how I fix that. And then, all the prep work that I'm going to do to get this painted. And then the intention is to make it look like something like this. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll give this a go. Thanks for watching.